Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Talk less chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan, pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast, and we poppin', let's go.
What's going on, guys? I know what I told y'all last week. I wasn't trying to lie to you guys. My intention was to tell the truth about the whole situation at hand. But I'm here. Rashad is he's still he's MIA right now. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to PNP. I am Dave, one half of PNP. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on all social media outlets. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok at Panther Nation PC. We're on Instagram. We're pretty much around the globe when it comes to that standpoint. Yes, the Darnold jersey is absolutely in full effect. You know, that's what we do here, you know, but we'll get into that in a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody here in the chat. What up to everybody? So we're here. We're going to talk about a couple things. Weekend was pretty good. I hope you guys had a pretty good weekend. You know, it was a video game type of weekend for me. You know, Capcom Fighting Collection came out, so that's pretty much was my focus this weekend. And I've learned a few things. I got to step my Darkstalkers game up, and I have forgotten how good some Street Fighter players are. Oh man, it's been rough. It's been rough in these streets. So Rashad don't need anything to get out of jail, man. We're gonna get into Rashad. We're gonna get into Rashad. That's gonna be the first topic. But I hope you guys look. Let me explain something to you, man. Me and Rashad, we don't have beef. You know, it's all love. There's a level of brotherhood there that's different. So that like if this show gets canceled, it's an agreement between the two of us, and there's reasoning for it. But you know, as long as one of us is able to make this thing roll, we're gonna keep this thing going. Yeah, I do want to talk about that Tomlin interview. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, I didn't put that in my topics, but we will have a discussion about that Mike Tomlin interview for sure. I absolutely want to talk about that Tomlin interview because there's a part of it that made me wonder a little bit. But anywho, let's get into some business real quick. First of all, we're gonna lead this ticker down here for Underdog Fantasy. I'm gonna probably try to do like a best ball draft during the show tonight. But I won't do that until we get through the topics. But shout out to Underdog Fantasy. If you haven't already, Underdog Fantasy is a place where you can do pick'ems. They don't just do football, they do baseball. They were doing NBA when the NBA season was rocking. They do UFC, they do golf. They pretty much cover the gauntlet when it comes to sports. You can do a pick'em. If you pick 5 things that are over and under correctly, you end up winning 20 times the money that you place. Sometimes they do special lines to help you out a little bit. But check, so if you get 3 right, you can win up to 6 times your money, 4 right, 10 times, 5 right, 20 times. But they also do best ball drafts, and I'm going to do one tonight and show you some of the drafts that are going on right now. We know the NFL season hasn't started yet, but then I'll probably give you a pretty good explanation when it comes to drafts and those type of drafts. So let's talk about Rashad. Where's Rashad? So, Rashad is a busy guy. I think you guys know that. I think you guys understand that Rashad is a busy person. Rashad has a lot of things going on. Rashad, just like me, he has a job. From that standpoint, last week it was about him being the GOAT father, being a great dad. You know what I'm saying? Because he had them dance competitions going with his kids. This week it's about this job. You know what I'm saying? So he out here doing international things, literally. So Rashad was out. He shot me a text the other day. I was like, yo, man, you're going to have to go solo again this week. And I said, say no word. And that was before we got news. And we'll get into some of the topics today. But that's what's going on. I mean, we talk about slow news. Let me keep it a buck, man. The news was much faster this week than what it was last week. And we'll get into some of that. Nah, we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the support from everybody. So I don't think us going anywhere is not a viable option from our standpoint. But that's what's up with Rashad. I want to say he should be back next week, but I told you guys that last week. And I don't want y'all to feel like I lied to y'all because I really thought he was coming back this week until he hit me up and let me know that he wasn't going to be able to make it. So the first topic I want to go over is shout out to Jonathan Alexander of the Charlotte Observer. He's heading to Houston, man. He's going to be covering the Houston Texans. Mr. McClain, who's been an esteemed reporter down there in Houston, he's retiring and he's about to walk in and take over. Jonathan's about to take over that role. His last day at the Observer is July 1st. And I'll tell you what, man, the Observer's been losing a lot of reporters out in these streets. A lot of reporters. So, hopefully they'll be able to get some more beat writers for the Panthers. I think, Jonathan Alexander is the best one they had, in my opinion. But even though he made the mistake to go to North Carolina Central, you know what I'm saying? He was the best beat reporter they had. So that's all up to him. And he'll get the jokes if he sees this. But shout out to him, man. And good luck in Houston. I know you're going to kill it. So from that standpoint, hopefully everything works out for him, and hopefully the Charlotte Observer can find another beat writer. They've been losing a couple of them, so I mean they've been rolling. They've been coming in here and they've been getting them opportunities elsewhere. And I can't knock the hustle. I can't knock it for them for doing that. So shout out to them. All right. Now let's talk about my boy Luke Kiekley, because Luke Kiekley is out here being on the commentary for these games on the radio. I guess he's doing 7 games this season, which is awesome. Let me be clear. I think it's awesome. I think Luke could have probably went straight to television. His knowledge of football is second to none. Probably he could break down film probably better than anybody else that's out there in these streets. So I'm happy that he's getting an opportunity to be part of the radio broadcast for the Carolina Panthers. That's going to be dope. I think I'm going to probably opt to listen to that, and it'll be easier to find it too versus finding a game. So I probably will be that guy that puts the game on mute and then have the radio commentator going. I might be a little bit ahead, but I'm fine with that. So shout out to Luke Kiekley. Everybody's been talking about whether or not he's going to be back into the fold. Well, he's back in the fold now from that standpoint. I hope he can make a career out of this. He might not have to necessarily do radio, but it'll be dope from the Panthers standpoint. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping he gets an opportunity to get it on the national stage as well. I mean, we got a lot of Panthers getting involved. I saw Thomas Davis out here on Total Access. I don't know how long-term that's going to be for him, but we got a lot of former Panthers out here on these television streets, and there's nothing wrong with having that. We got Steve Smith out there, so there's nothing wrong with having that, to say the least. So yeah, man, real talk, Luke could probably be above Tony Romo when it comes to these vibes. I will say that. So let's see here. Yep. All right. So now, I'm flashing through these headlines, but this is way more headlines than I had the last time. And so far, man, I want to talk about the good news first. But I love the fact that Luke is heading into the booth because I think he will be perfect. Yeah, Greg's out here killing it on Fox. He gonna commentate the Super Bowl. Too bad won't be in there. Too bad I don't like we're gonna be there to enjoy it. But nah, man, Greg Olson's out here doing his thing too. So shout out to him. Because he's really good at what he does too. It's interesting that he's on the A team in Fox already, but that's what happens when you lose your A team. All right. Somebody mentioned Baker. He already was a head coach. No, he did scouting. He did scouting for us. Well, absolutely, he could coach. But it's that's a different level of a grind. Like part of the reason why he left Carolina on the scouting is because of the grind that was involved. So, but I know you guys in the chat are already talking about it. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about this. And let's talk about the reality of the fact that there really hasn't been too much progress from the Panthers standpoint when it comes to what we're going to do about the quarterback position. Let me share this screen real quick. Let's see. Give me 1 second. So, when you, I know your boy Will Kunkel, man, he's, they're saying they're no closer to a deal with Baker Mayfield or Jimmy Garoppolo, despite the reports roaming around Twitter. And shout out to Sheena. Sheena pretty much said that there hasn't nothing happened in weeks. Nothing really been going on in weeks. So I think when we start talking about, we're gonna probably get Baker, we might get Jimmy G, ain't nothing really popping off right now. Now I know that it looks like Jimmy G might be ready to rock sooner than later from an injury standpoint, but it doesn't change the fact that right now it doesn't look like there's any movement. And that's part of the reason why I threw this jersey on. I'm just trying to prepare you guys for the reality that's about to set into you guys. Because I think a lot of folks have had some level of denial about who our starting quarterback is going to be this season. And I think we need to understand that it's not looking like it's going to be Cam, and it's not looking like it's going to be Baker Mayfield, and it's not looking like it's going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. It's looking like it's going to be Sam Darnold. And I'm just trying to prepare you guys for what's to come. And I have to respond to this. Let me tell you something, dude. Aqib Talib and Gus Johnson is the combination you want. That's the combination you want. Whenever they did a game, unless the Panthers were playing, I was tuning in. Them two commentating, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now, so I think we're sitting here. It reminds me of the fan base running to get Teddy out of here, right? So now we're running to get Sam out of here by any means necessary, not realizing that it's not really gonna improve upon anything. So I think from a Panthers fan base standpoint, I just think we need to prepare for this ride because I think that's what it's going to be. Now we're going to see Matt Corral. I don't think we're going to get to the point of not seeing Mr. Corral. I really truly believe that we're going to see Matt Corral because history shows that Sam Darnold has never played a full season. So we're going to see Matt Corral. We're just not going to see Matt Corral week 1 unless Sam gets hurt. And even then, I question whether or not the Panthers are going to, if Rule's pride is going to allow himself to see a rookie start in week 1, even if Sam gets hurt during the training camp and preseason process. So from that standpoint, I think as a fan base, we just need to start preparing for what's to come. I think we're hoping that Sam doesn't start. We're rooting for Matt Corral to win the week 1 starting job, but I don't know if we want to necessarily root for that either. Because when you start thinking about, all right, if this is going to be if this is going to be the future at quarterback, then maybe we should get that man some time to learn that playbook. So I think, and with Matt Rule on the hot seat, kind of makes sense that we're probably going to have to roll with Sam. Like we have to drink our medicine at some point. We got to take our medicine at some point. So we have to understand how this is going to go, right? Like we just gotta. My man trying to keep his job, and based on the history that Matt Rule, as Coach Rule has shown, he isn't the type of guy to be willing to put some young talent out there. So I think we need to keep that in mind. If Matt Rule's job is on the line, I don't think he's going to be willing to put it on a rookie quarterback week one. Like I think you guys need to understand that perspective. So we need to understand how this thing is going to go. Like we have to realize that Sam Darnold right now, barring injury, is going to be our week one starter. So, let's see here. So if Jimmy's available, you think we should get him, Dave? No, because I think we're going to have to give up something to get him. So no. And we're going to have to we're going to likely, depending on how that goes, we might have to take a portion of the contract. I don't think San Fran's going to trade him away without taking a portion of the contract. So I think if Jimmy's available, we're going to have to I don't think we should do it. I really don't. Like I think folks got to realize that let's think about it from this perspective. I think folks think Kyle Shanahan's a decent head coach. Maybe a pretty good head coach. Definitely can call plays on the offense. I don't think there's no denying that. All right. So let's start from that baseline. If a relatively good head coach don't want this quarterback, what makes you think he's going to do better for us? And if you tell me, oh, well, we know that Jimmy G is a better quarterback, you sure about that? I mean, he probably is, but is he really that? Like, what are we talking here? Are we talking Sam Darnold here? Right? If Sam Darnold's here, Jimmy's like here, what is that going to buy you? It's the same discussion point with Baker. How many more wins is Jimmy Garoppolo going to get you? Because you got to remember, Kyle schemed around Jimmy, as in he had the personnel to win games despite Jimmy. They damn near made it to the Super Bowl despite Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we need to understand what it is. Like, you got to understand what we have as a coaching staff versus what the 49ers have as a coaching staff. So they're trying to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo because they drafted Trey Lance. So you got to there's a reason why they drafted Trey Lance and sat him on the bench for a year. They're trying, they want to get away from Jimmy. So why would you think that's a good idea to pay him more to go there? Like, I just don't think that makes sense. Sure, he has a higher IQ. What does that tell? But does he? Because I don't think you guys watched a lot of 49ers games, because they schemed to make sure that Jimmy doesn't lose the game for them. So I don't know I think we're giving Jimmy way more credit than he deserves. That's just my opinion, though. I believe you out your mind. Nah, I don't believe that, buddy. I'm not there. And there was a point where Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo, from an efficiency standpoint, was worse than Sam Darnold. I just want y'all to be aware of this. So let's talk about coaching for a second. So, I didn't talk like I watched the Mike Tomlin interview on The Pivot. And let me tell you guys something. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you do. I highly recommend that you do. And the reason why I recommend that you do is that there was a part in the interview when he talked about when Mike Tomlin talked about he loves going up against coaches who can't. He said something to the effect of he loves going up against coaches. I don't got a brain for it right now. He loves going up against coaches that aren't willing to teach, that doesn't want to coach, that says he can't learn anything, that says to a player that he can't learn anything. And it made me flash back when it gave me a flashback when the Steelers were playing the Panthers in the preseason. And they asked Tomlin about the whole DBO nonsense. And he almost broke. Normally, Tomlin is kind of stern and has his answers, got his cliches and things of that sort. He almost broke that when they asked him about that, because that's when that gave me like a sign that, like Tomlin might not necessarily respect rule like that. And then on top of that, when he had the discussion point about when he talked about how he knew the coaches in the NFL and he believed that Raheem Morris was one of the 32 best coaches in the league that doesn't have a head coaching job. So that tells me a lot. So I made me wonder, was he talking about Rule? Who was he talking about? Because he felt like there weren't 32 coaches better than Raheem Morris. So, and when you talk about a guy who's never had a losing season, since he's been the head coach in the NFL, I mean, you got to respect his words when it comes to it. So, I think there's a level of respect you got to give Tomlin as a head coach. I mean, let me tell you something. I don't think Tomlin's mad. Tomlin's pretty much got the most stable job in the NFL. That man's been the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 15 years. And even if he has a losing season this year, that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna change anything. So Tomlin's 50 years old. He could probably stay there and coach in his 60s if he wants to. Let me take this banner down. So from my standpoint, he could coach as long as he wants. Yeah, like I don't think you guys understand how good of a coach Tomlin is, man. But then when you consider what he had to deal with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. He had to deal with a lot, and he knew how to manage that. There's a level he talked about how, and like for folks that are in like leadership, I think that interview is a good watch from a leadership standpoint too. There was a lot of nuggets that came out of there. When he talked about comfort, when he talked about not enjoying it, not a fan of comfort, he avoids it. When he talks about coaching and things of that sort, like even when it's talking about from a sports standpoint, if you're in a leadership role, that's something important. It's a good watch, really good watch. Because I think when you talk about, he was talking about how when he looks at like when people talk about his hand, like when they're talking about linemen in their hands, he said, that's coaching. I can coach that out. I can coach that up. So I think it was important. There was a lot of funny stories from that standpoint. So Luke is commentating. Luke is going to be commentating some games for us on the radio. Yo, he talked about that story too. That was hilarious. Yo, and he talked about how it happened, and he even said, "Yo, I've ran this through with Jacoby, like, and everything's all good with Jacoby," and he knew what it was, like, and he got fined $100,000 for that mistake too. So he said he won't deny what happened. Cliff Kingsbury that doesn't know how to close the season. That man had Patrick Mahomes in college and couldn't win. Just remember that. and he still got an NFL head coaching job. But maybe Tomlin was talking about Cliff Kingsbury, because I mean Matt Rule's beaten him a few times. So yeah, man, I talked about that earlier, man. Big loss for the Observer, real big loss. But you know, when you do a really good job, you get an opportunity to go to bigger papers, and the Houston Chronicle is a much bigger paper. Oh, nah, Tom is top 3. There's not a question. There's no maybe in that shit. He's top 3. He's top 3. I mean, when you consider the turnover that the NFL has to be consistently winning as much as he has, you could talk about, oh, well, he hasn't won a lot of championships, but the key to winning championships is being the key to winning championships is being is being in it, being in the tournament. Nah, man, I'm on this Balvenie. And they should give me a sponsorship. I definitely drink a lot of it. They can ship me this anytime they want. So if you guys know anybody in the streets in Balvenie, tell them to hit me up. Hit me up. But anyway. I mean, it's hard not to debate it. He's definitely in the bottom. He's in the bottom somewhere. For those who missed it, Lou Kiekley is going to be commentating games for us. I mean, we got a shot. I mean, if we can play good defense and if our offensive line has vast improvements, we got a shot to get 8 or 9 games. It's looking like week 1's going to be a shoo-in because there's no way in hell Deshaun Watson's playing first game. I don't see that happening. So we're probably going to end up with Jacoby Brissett. But it could happen. You never know, man. The NFL's crazy like that, you know. You catch teams at the good time, take advantage of. Now, if we lose to Cleveland week 1 without Deshaun Watson, it's going to be a long season, guys. But it still could happen. The Fancy's a better coach. I mean, the Fancy's a better coach. And they definitely have a pretty stronger roster. You can't compare the two though. Like you can't compare the two because you got to remember what Ron inherited versus what Rule inherited. Ron inherited a 2-14 team, so you can't compare the two. That's not fair. You know. Rule made the decision. Rule and the GM and Marty made the decision to let a lot of things go. Like I ain't gonna say Rule inherited a perfect piece of the puzzle, but I would argue, other than George Seifert, this might be the best situation that. Well, George Seifert's situation was kind of rough too, but the situation that Rule went into from a franchise standpoint was arguably the best situation that these coaches had in Panthers history when you sit down and think about it. Like, if you sit down and think about what John Fox inherited a 1-15 team. Ron Rivera inherited a 2-14 team. I think Seifert inherited like a 4-12 or a 5-11 team, if I remember correctly, or a 6-10 team. So I say all this to say that Rule probably inherited the best situation out of any coach that's ever coached for the Panthers. From that standpoint. So I think when you start thinking about when you make the comparisons to Rivera, you got to remember what Rivera walked into. Rivera walked into Jimmy Clausen being his starting quarterback. Just remember that. Just consider that. Rivera took the Washington football team to the playoffs with Taylor Heineke. So he won a division in his first season in Washington. You can't take that away from him. So, and we know Washington's a dumpster fire of a franchise, and he still somehow got them dudes to the playoffs his first year. You've never seen, you Cam Newton appearance fans, you guys didn't see that 1-15 year when they thought we were going to go 1-16. You didn't see that 2-14 year when we probably had the worst offense in franchise history. That final John Fox year. Like we had games where we only got 100 yards of total offense. Like terrible. It's about situations. Remember, it's about situations. And I promise you this, Ron Rivera never said it was going to take him 7 years to make it work. Bro, doesn't matter. It does not matter. Somebody got to make the playoffs in that division. It does not matter. Rivera did it. Don't matter what you say. Don't matter how bad they are. We've had bad years too. So let's not do that. A division winner makes the playoffs. He won the division this first season. You say what you want. Bro, I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest. If Rule can turn this around, he could be the head coach. You don't have to be like, I'm not rooting for the guy to fail. I know you guys think I'm rooting for the guy to fail. I think for me, it was about the standard. Like, you're gonna pay a guy that much money, there's expectations. And I don't think saying getting 7 years is it. Rule's not getting fired, guys. Let's let me be clear. Rule's like the only conscience that franchise has right now. They'll be foolish to fire him. I think for Washington it's more than about the wins and losses right now for that franchise. To be honest, like to keep it above. There's other issues going on in that franchise. And firing Rivera ain't what you want. Because I don't think they'll ever get a better coach than him to take over that team. I'm wondering if Rivera has regrets taking over that team. Because that franchise is a mess. I hope not. But we'll see. Yeah, you haven't been paying attention. My man used a Jay-Z comparison to say why it takes so long. So, yeah, no. I think Rule's gonna really have to bomb it to get fired. Like I think 7 wins saves him. 6 might not, 5 definitely won't. 5 and below definitely won't, but 6 might not save him, 7 will. 8 definitely will. Depending on how everything goes. If Payton wants to coach again, yeah, I agree. One of them will get fired, not both of them. But I think if somebody's gonna go, I think Tepper will drop the Brinks truck to get Sean Payton if it comes down to that. It's funny you mentioned 2 quarterbacks because I'm about to do a best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy. And let's do a quick shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Let me go ahead and get my screen ready for that. All right, so we're gonna bring this back up here. So shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. So this is the site. I'm gonna do a draft. I don't think I would touch Sam Darnold in a dynasty league, by the way, because in a dynasty league, this might be the last season of his career. This might be his final season. So I would not do that. That wouldn't be wise. So Ted's been talking about no mediocrity for a long time, bro, and he's been making it okay. He used that analogy to say that he needed that much time. Because he talked about how it took 7 years for Jay to get his opportunity. He used that analogy to buy him time, and it's not an accident that his contract's 7 years, guys. Like, put the 2 and 2 together. If he wins 9 games, he deserves another year. I mean, because then he finally shows progress, but he hasn't won more than 5 games. If he wins 9 games, he definitely deserves an opportunity. But anyway. All right. So here's the site for Underdog Fantasy. So the main ones I'm gonna focus on the NFL ones because right now NFL they're doing best ball drafts. And you got Best Ball Mania 3, $25 buy-in. Team that scores the highest score through round 1 will win $1 million. That's a pretty damn good deal. All right. How can you join what? So if you go to, so you're talking about Underdog Fantasy, just go to underdogfantasy.com. And when you sign up, use the code PNP. It helps out the channel. And you can deposit up to, it's a $100 match for that. Well, no, so I'm going to join the puppy. So like it picks 6 random teams. I think it's 6 teams for this, right? I'm going to join the puppy. It's a $5 entry fee. We're going to do 30 seconds per pick because I want to try to get this done during the show. Draft 12 people. First place is $50,000. The qualifiers are weeks 1 through 14. How many rounds is this? 20 rounds, and you got to start 12 players. So as we go, I'll explain how the best ball works. So basically, this is your roster, right? So you got to start 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and then you have a super flex. Super flex means you can put a quarterback in the flex spot. So in essence, it's a 2 quarterback starter league. So you tend to be heavy on quarterbacks from that standpoint. 20-round draft. So the way that it works is it takes the highest points from the players and gets the highest score for each week. But typically in a 2 quarterback league, so we'll see how this goes. It looks how many teams we got here. I think this is a 12-teamer. Yeah, it's a 12-teamer. It's a 12-team draft. So, the positions are gonna go fast. And look at that. We already got the picks already rocking. Can you guys see this? Let me know if you can. Let me blow this up a little bit. I have the 6th pick. All right, so we'll do the draft as we go. I'm going to turn my head occasionally to look at my chart. All right, so one thing for sure, like in a super flex draft, quarterbacks tend to go heavy early. And as I go through this, I'll give you my opinion on, it's Snake. This is Snake. This is definitely Snake. I'll give you my opinion on players. I'm in the middle of the pack. So truth be told, if all goes well, I can either grab a quarterback or I can grab the best running back in the league. I think for me, from my perspective, I would like to get one of these 5 quarterbacks. If all goes well. Oh, the draft has already started. Josh Allen went 1 overall, which is kind of expected. So it's 30 seconds per pick. So this thing is going to go fast and furious, man. All right, let me take down the banner real quick. Hold on a second. Let me take down, let me see here. Let me take down this so you guys can see. All right, number of quarterbacks at the beginning, man. Ooh. Oh, my man took Joe Burrow. Oh, I'm either going to get Mahomes or Murray. I'll take either one of those. I'm open to either one of those. That's pretty good value either way. I'm leaning toward this as well, man. I think Taylor's the guy. Herbert's already gone. Herbert went 3rd overall. Now remember, this is a super flex. So that means there's going to be 2 quarterbacks. Dave ain't taking no damn Sam Darnold. I can promise you that. So Mahomes went. All right, so I'm taking Kyler. And he's got a week 13. He's got a week 13 bye. I got to take Kyler there. So my next pick is 19. Wait, let me get back to where I was. Hold up. Let me get back. I didn't mean to do that. Drafts. Active. Back in here. All right. Go to draft. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So my next pick is 19. So I'm looking at these quarterbacks right now. Yeah, Kyler over Jalen. I'm taking Kyler over Jalen. Now, it's gonna get interesting on how this goes. So when you look at, this dude's wild taking Trey Lance at 10, but that's his prerogative. I don't think I would do that. I mean, another option for me would be to take Jonathan Taylor, but there's a level of risk involved in that. So I'm looking at quarterbacks because by the time I get back to 19, there might be more quarterbacks gone. And if I can get 2 bona fide starters at the beginning, I tend to prefer to go that route when it comes to a super flex. Typically in a super flex, I try to take 2 quarterbacks at the beginning, and then I just start building from everything else. So there's a possibility that I might get Rodgers or Carr here, and I think I would love that. Because you want to get your quarterbacks before it gets ugly. Because, look at this shit. Watson's interesting. But Watson's a risk too, right? And then the situation in Pittsburgh, whether or not it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I got 3 picks to go. Kirk Cousins. All right. Flintskin's definitely going to take a quarterback. And if he takes Rodgers, that's going to put me in a tough spot. And he did take Rodgers. Damn it. All right. Who do you believe in? Do you believe in Justin Fields? All right, let me look at the running backs. Oh, no, I got to take Eckler here. Sorry, guys. I got to take Eckler here. Yeah, I got to take Eckler there. Yeah, I at this point, the quarterback position looks kind of ugly. It ain't worth it for me at that point. Like these Fields, Tua, I mean, maybe I'll take somebody like Wentz later, but we'll see how it goes when we come back around. I mean, I could have took Trevor. Trevor was an option, but Trevor, Tua, Fields, I don't know, bro. I like Eckler a lot, man. I think Eckler is going to be really good this year. I think Eckler has potential to be the top guy this year. So we'll see what happens when it comes back around. But as you can see, everybody's taking the playmakers now. So everybody's rethinking their options. I wonder, what did 12 and 13 do? Yeah, see, Jay Mills, I don't know if you see it. Jay Mills up here, taking Brady and Prescott, that's an optimal type of situation right there. But for everybody else, they got to rethink everything. But if Justin Fields or Tua is sitting there in the 3rd round, I'll consider it. Travis Kelce, first tight end gone in the 3rd round. But it starts getting real once the quarterbacks go away. All right, so you still got some pretty good options here. You got Devontae Adams. You got Joe Mixon. Consider how you need to start. Who's going to start? Let me see. Get rid of that. Let's see here. So we'll see how this goes. You gotta. So when's my next pick? I got a couple more picks to go. I got 2 more picks, and 2 is still here. But also, Joe Mixon's here. Devontae Adams is here. CeeDee Lamb is here. So I got some options. I could take Trevor now. Somebody already took Fields. I think I might take Tua, though. It might get fun with Tua. I'm just afraid of Tua. No, I don't think so. I think the only concern for Eckler's standpoint is whether or not he can stay healthy. Oh, I'm on the clock. Oh, God. Dalvin Cook's here. Oh, God. Yeah, I got to take Dalvin here. I thought I was going to take a quarterback. I'm taking Dalvin. Carr been gone, man. Carr's been gone. Yep. Tua went right after him, too. Pretty sure Tua's going to go next. Yep. I figured Tua would go next. So, still got Matt Ryan. Still got Zach Wilson. I got some options here. If you guys truly believe that Zach Wilson's going to turn it around, we'll see. I'll get a second quarterback. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It'll get interesting. I probably need to take a wide receiver soon, though. That's fine. I mean, he ain't going to get suspended for too long. Cook might not get suspended for too long. I ain't too worried about Cook. There goes Matty Ice. You think Daniel Jones going to get benched, guys? How y'all feel about Saquon? Saquon is an interesting situation. Oh, snap. It's my turn again. Yeah, Chubb makes the most sense here. I'm heavy on the running backs. I don't know, man. I thought there was a way to look at the rules. Am I tripping? I thought there was a way to look at the rules. Is there a way to look at the rules? I thought there was a way to look at the rules. Am I tripping? All right. I think it's time. All right. So I'm going to be doing the 3 running back flex type of situation. So. Yeah, I'm going to have to take I might have to. Ooh, Zach Wilson. Ryan Tannehill is interesting. I don't think Malik Willis is going to take his job. So Ryan Tannehill is interesting. But if Keenan Allen's in there, I might need to take him. But then again, if Kyle Pitts is there, I might need to take him. So we'll see. We'll see what this guy does. I'm not going to pick Sam. I'd rather have a 4th running back. I'd rather play 4 running backs than pick Sam, yo. I'd rather do that. And I have no problem doing that because Kamara is right here. Like Alvin Kamara is sitting right there. I am not All right, he took Kyle Pitts. All right. All right, take Keenan. That's why I was afraid. I actually have Kittle ranked higher. Well, let's look at the tight ends right now. What are we looking at the tight ends? Tight end still remains a wasteland, guys. I mean, I wouldn't spend too much real estate on this position. I mean, if Kittle's there, I'm cool. Tight end's going to probably be one of those punt and forget it type of situations. I mean, Gesicki's interesting. Ertz is interesting. Firmov is interesting. Goddard is interesting. Hawkinson. Oh, God. Yeah, wasteland. There's probably somebody down here that's going to ball. This guy right here, Mr. Alberto, he's going to be a sleeper. A sleeper, sir. A sleeper. Yeah, nobody talking about this. Tannehill's already gone. Yo, Tannehill went before Zach Wilson. I think I'm going to take Zach if Zach's sitting there, yo. If they put me in a state where Zach is just sitting there at 67, I might have to take him. I mean, I got 3 running backs rocking, so. Oh, my boy DJ Moore's here too. Sutton. Oh, this dude right here, Home Pros Air, he took 3 quarterbacks. One of his 3 quarterbacks he took. My man took 3. Which quarterback this man got? Yeah, he out here stacking them. He's out here stacking them. I don't blame him. I would stack him too. He took Zach Wilson. All right. Do you have faith in Mac Jones? Who Mac Jones? Boom, 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 boom. I think I'd rather play Mac Jones though. Mac Jones is gone too. All right. I'm either going to get Ezekiel Elliott or Cam Akers. Or David Montgomery. Oh, it's starting to get thin in here, man. Oof. Woof. Woo. Ooh, he's looking ugly. Jesus. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah. I guess I need to go ahead and prepare. We'll take Zeke. We'll take Zeke. It looks like I might have to start 4 running backs. So we'll take Zeke. Because I look at these quarterbacks and I say, yeah, I do plan on grabbing Mitch. Just in case. Mitch or Mariota. I might have to get one of these bum quarterbacks. Maybe if one of these rookies hits, or maybe a Jacoby Brissett. I will not take Sam Darnold. But you never know, man. It's the NFL, bro. It's about to get fun. This is about to get fun because y'all about to start laughing at the quarterbacks I'm about to take. Davis Mills might be it, buddy. Davis Mills might be it, and I might be willing to pull the trigger on him. Pick 78 is either going to be Davis Mills, or I'm going to keep waiting. I'll just take another position. Because the thing about Superflex 2, they'll take your highest scores. So, like, it ain't a situation where you got to worry about what starting lineup you're going to roll with. It's basically it's going to take the highest score. So it's going to take the if if Davis Mills outscores Kyler Murray, then Davis Mills is going to be the starter at the quarterback position. So, yeah, no. But I'm gonna be heavy with the running back game. I mean, this is a 20-round draft, so I got a lot of other players to pick up. And I got to take a wide receiver at some point. But there's enough of them. Like when you look at the wide receivers, I got enough options here. So I think I'm gonna be able to get somebody pretty good. So I ain't too worried about it. I think I'm gonna choke and just take this quarterback now, though, if allowed. Although I will say, McLaurin is very tempting. Very tempting. I wouldn't be mad at a Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin type of situation, especially if I get, because I don't think Stinky Leg is going to take a wide receiver. The concern is that Davis Mills is not. Oh, Davis Mills just went. I guess I have no choice here. I'm going to be taking Mr. McLaurin. Hi, Terry. I'm going to take Mr. McLaurin. And then I'm going to wait, go around. Tight end is no longer a priority, so I ain't worried about tight end too much. So we'll stick to his. So, when it comes back around to me, I got time, man. Like, I think I'm sitting in a good spot. Let me pull up just the quarterbacks, I mean, Mariota's still there. Trubinsky's still there. At this point, I'll be taking risks. So I'll probably just grab like Mariota, Trubinsky, Ritter, Brissett, and hope for the best. But if all else fails, I got Kyler Murray for 12 straight weeks as long as he stays healthy. His bye week isn't until 13. But yeah, slim pickings at the quarterback position, huh? Teddy Bridgewater is interesting because we know Tua is going to miss a couple games. Appreciate it, JT. And Geno Smith is interesting too, because I think he might win the job. I don't think Drew Lock's going to win the job. So there's other people I can grab and push if deference times call for deference. But I think I have a strong enough running back core where if the quarterback decides to have a hell of a game, it'll just take over the flex. But I'm fine with that. 3 of these running backs are going to be in the flex, so I'm rolling. Baker might be Seattle's plan, but we'll see. But as long as I got these other positions out here popping, man, I'm gonna like if Godwin's sitting here, but he won't because he's taking Godwin. He'd be foolish not to. Wow, he did not take him. He'll take Godwin though. He won't. He's gonna take a running back, but he's gonna take Godwin. That's definitive. Do not let Godwin sit there for me. If Godwin's sitting there, I'm gonna be jumping up and down. Mariota. Okay. Now he won't take Godwin. He's got to take a running back. He ain't got much of a choice here. What's my quarterback situation looking like? What's my next pick? I'm not too far away. All right. I'll take Godwin here. Godwin will be fine. I need him to be ready by week 8. He'll be fine. All right. I need to take a quarterback next. So let's look at my options here. I think I'm taking Mitch. I think Mitch is gonna be my guy if he's there. I'm afraid that he might not be there. I'm concerned. If he doesn't get there, man, I'm going to be hurting. I think I'm the only one that only has one quarterback right now. So I'm putting a lot on Kyler Murray to stay healthy. But if Mitch is there, I'm going to have to do something with that. I might have to. Oh, Renfro. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good option. Renfro. I don't know. Yeah, Renfro's interesting because you would think that he would benefit from all the hoopla with Devontae Adams being there. So that was going to be an interesting one. I wonder if should I take Mitch? Should I take Mitch? Pickett? But let me see. What's everything else looking like? Hopkins is still out there, man. Such a Renfro's still out there too. Renfro might be there for me. Ooh, that's a pretty good pick right here. Christian Kirk. Yeah, he should ball out there, but we'll see. Mitch should win this. Mitch should win the job, but we'll see. Hunter, yeah, I'm taking Mitch. I'm going to take Mitch. I'm taking Mitch right here. I think Mitch is going to win the job, so we'll see what happens. I could be wrong. Probably should take Pickett as well. What's the tight end situation looking like? All right, I'm good. Probably can get like a combo going too. Mitch and Firmouth if all goes well. Yeah, Renfro is definitely going to be. I think Renfro will probably be 2 actually. Waller kind of disappointed last year, but a lot of folks ain't really talking about it enough. Boy, I'm looking at Lazard and I'm drooling right now, man. I'm looking at Pollard too, but I think Pollard will be gone. Cordell is interesting. I mean, that dude was a fantasy darling last year, but I know he got hurt. All right, we'll keep Pickett in mind here. I think Pickett's going to be my next pick if he's sitting there, but I don't think he'll be there for me. It'd be nice if he was, but I don't think he'll be there. I like Pollard, man. Pollard's a sleeper, but I think Pollard's going to be gone by the time he gets to me. Yeah, Pollard's already gone. Pollard's already taken. Lazard is going to be problematic. Like, Lazard legitimately is the one in Green Bay. So that's phenomenal value. Like, what I'm talking to you guys about, you guys should start thinking about it from that standpoint as well. Yeah, but Lazard's going to be phenomenal value. Zach Ertz gone. All right. Tony's gone. All right, man. Don't take Pickett. Take Deshaun. Yeah, don't take Pickett. Take Deshaun. My man took Baker. All right. Well, I'm taking Pickett. I shall take Pickett. So that way, at least I'm covered from the Pittsburgh side of the fence. So I'll get the Steelers quarterback and Kyler Murray. I can't be mad at that. That's not a bad gig. So when you look at the squad, I'm either going to have Pickett, Trubisky, Kyler. So I got Kyler as my starter, and then one of these two are going to be the flex. 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers. Tight end is going to be a mess. We know that already. But we'll keep rolling. We'll see what happens next. So now I'm at the BPA mode. So I like Hunt here. Devin Singletary is interesting. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is interesting. Chris Olave for New Orleans is interesting. Robert Woods for Tennessee. Chase Claypool claims he's top 3. And then I'll go Melvin Gordon. I would probably move Chase higher. I'll put Chase here. I'll probably put Chase above Olave. Yeah, this is where I want. Rashad Penny might end up getting the starting job. I would probably put Rashad Penny above Singletary. He might get the start. Penny might actually get a shot at the starting job. Hunt, I keep there because they're going to run the ball down their throat. I already have Chubb. Makes sense. I could start 3 running backs there. Chase Edmonds is interesting. Pat Freiermuth, at some point I got to take a tight end, but I'm fine if I take Gesicki. Irv Smith is like a sleeper. Cole Kmet. This guy here is going to be a sleeper. Let's see here. And then I think I'm okay. Maybe I'll be willing to take Ritter later. Michael Carter. Devontae Parker is interesting for the Patriots. And if you're a believer that Deshaun Watson is going to be out, Jacoby Brissett is interesting as well. At some point, I got to take a tight end, but, I have my opinions on the tight end position, so we'll see. I don't think, there goes Hunt. I didn't think Hunt was going to survive, so that's fine. Ken Walker, I'm kind of hesitant on that guy. Stevenson, he's going to take another running back, so he might take Walker and do me a favor. Please do, so I can take Claypool. I want to take Claypool because Claypool will be interesting. Claypool out here talking about he's going to be top 3, so, why not? Yeah, I thought about Watson, but I can get Watson later. I'm taking Claypool right now, though. Oh, well, no, I won't get him later. Hold on. He might fall to me. We'll see. I'll take Claypool for now, though. I'll take Claypool right now. I do like Christian Watson, though. I'm intrigued by the fact that nobody's touching Deshaun Watson, by the way. I'm very intrigued by that. Very intrigued by that. Very. If Watson's there, I will probably take him. And then I'll take a tight end on the other way out. So we'll see. But yeah, man. I mean, this thing's 20 rounds. I've already drafted 3, 7, 11 players. So we got 9 more rounds to go. This thing's going pretty fast. I will say that. I'm looking at this chat. Yeah, I got at least a quarterback. So basically for me, it's going to be Kyler and the Pittsburgh quarterback, whoever that's going to be. You have to start a quarterback. No, so the thing is with the Superflex, you can start a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, or a tight end. But most of the time, it makes sense to start the quarterback because the quarterback tends to get you more points, and they're more dependable points. But, because it's best ball, it's going to take the best number. So, for example, let's say Kyler is the highest scoring quarterback. They'll put him at the quarterback position. But let's say Mitch/Kenny has a terrible game. Terrible, awful game, right? So at that point, you're going to have a situation where either the running back or an extra wide receiver will get the points. So it's going to pick the highest point total for from that standpoint. Somebody already took Christian Watson. All right. I think if Furman's there, I think that's going to be my pick. I'm hoping Furman stays. I'm not going to be too aggressive on the tight end position, but I'm concerned that this guy might take Furman. Yeah, he might take Firmouth, which would suck. And I'm cool with but I'm cool with Gesicki too. So I'm fine with that. We'll take the Miami tight end. That's fine. Firmouth would have been nice, but I'm cool with the Miami tight end. I think that's going to be it for me on tight ends. But now, Mecole Hardman. I might take Alberto, depending on how that goes. What's the quarterbacks looking like? Ritter's still there. Brissett's still there. I might pull the trigger on Brissett, yo. Yeah, I might pull the trigger on Brissett. I think that Deshaun Watson's done. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on Brissett. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on Brissett because I don't see. I think Baker is not going to play for Cleveland. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's realistic. But then I'm seeing Nyheim Hines just sitting there. Hines is sitting there. Spiller's sitting there. Landry, Tanya, a couple guys I like. Hunter Henry's interesting for New England. KJ Osborne. But yeah, man. Fun times. Brissett just went. Well. There's nobody else I'm willing to take. I might take a flyer on Watson at the end of the draft, but I ain't taking no flyer on him now. All right. So let's see here. It's looking like Rondale Moore if he's there. I think I'm going to take Rondale Moore. Rondale Moore. Then I probably will come back with Spiller if he's there. But there's no guarantee he's going to be there by the time I get there, so we'll see. I'm looking through the draft to see what the positions are looking like compared to some of these other teams. I think I'm kind of heavy. I like Rondale Moore only because Rondale Moore is going to get a lot of more opportunities. Christian Kirk's gone, so Rondale Moore should get some love. And I got Kyler. Kyler. So I'm thinking about that 1-2 punch if he throws a touchdown to him, and a longer bye week too. Hopkins is going to come back. But we don't know what Hopkins is going to look like when he returns. Typically, in these type of tournaments, in these best ball tournaments, you want to try to have a quarterback wide receiver combo in that situation throughout the season. So I got that covered with Mitch and Clay, Rondale and Kyler. Then I got a couple of pretty good wide receivers in Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, and Chris Godwin, and then Gesicki, a tight end. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Dang, James Crowder's still in the league, huh? He's in Buffalo, too. Let's see here. I like Irv Smith, man. Irv Smith is going to be interesting. I might pull the trigger on that one, but we'll see. I guess it keeps bye weeks in 11. But it all depends on what these guys are. Harvin's gone. Let me get Irv. Yay, I'll take Irv. Running backs ugly. Darrell Williams is interesting, but he ain't gonna really do much this year. Even though, I might add him. Darrell Williams might get an opportunity that we're not talking about enough. But depending on the running back situation. I might have to take Sam Darnold, guys, and that'll be hilarious. I just want y'all to know that. 3, 7, 12, 14, 6 more players. Van Chark. Herbert. Robbie Jones. James Robinson. Might have the mightiest fallen. Or he can be ready for training camp, so that might be why. Gus Edwards. Five picks away. Njoku. Chark. Herbert. Gainwell. You know what? Why not? Why not? What's the worst that can happen, right? What's the worst that can happen? Or Robbie Anderson might be next. I might take Robbie next, depending on where it falls. I'll probably do a couple drafts. I ain't gonna do no more tonight, but I'll probably do some other ones later. But nah, this is a pretty cool setup, man. And this tournament was only $5. So, like, you could probably do a couple lineups, couple drafts, and see what happens and go from there. Yeah, I like Marvin Jones a lot, too. If he's sitting there, I might take him, but I don't see him sitting there, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, Actually, they said there was some other kid that might beat him out, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Irv Smith's going to get more opportunities, though. Less weapons. And I already got like a Tampa guy. So I tend to try to diversify that a little bit, especially when it comes to drafting a team like this. I probably should take Corey Davis here. Ooh, Mostert. That's going to be a 300 monster in Miami, bro. That's going to be a tough one. Oh, I know who I'm taking next. I know exactly who I'm taking next. I'm going to give y'all a clue. I'm going to let y'all know who it is. This guy right here. This guy right here. I'm taking him. And you should too. Unless you trust that my boy Christian McCaffrey going to be healthy full season. I'm taking him. Taysom Hill's at tight end again? That could be a cheat code. I'm laughing at the fact that Sam Darnold. Yo, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, they're both here. Okay. I will be honest, man. The value of Sam Darnold is getting a little bit too good at this point. But I think I'd rather. Did they take? Mostert went. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Oh, put him back on. I'm taking him next. I stand by what I said. I'm taking him next. Even though I probably could wait it out, but how many more rounds I got left? 3, 8, 14, 8, 3, 8, 14, 16. I got 4 players left. Okay. I probably should take Marvin Jones here. Yeah, I'm going to take Marvin Jones here. And then I will take, let me go pull up some running backs to grab. We'll take Foreman, Michelle, Drake. Drake is scary, though. Yeah, I don't know if Drake's going to be the guy. Oh, he just went. Ta! Damn it. I should have took him when I had the chance. It's all right. It's okay. Ooh, James White. Damian Williams is interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, he went right before me. I gotta take. Yeah, I might actually get Sam Darnold in the final round, which I would be open to doing. I don't think anybody else is going to be willing to take a quarterback at this rate. But who knows, man? Who knows? Elite AJ Green. Oh, Bill Beckham's not even signed with anybody yet. He ain't gonna be available till November because he tore his ACL. Oh, somebody took Darnold. Look at that. See, they saved me, and I'm thankful. Ain't nobody worth taking at this rate. I'll take Damian. Look at that, man. Darnold went. See? Could have took Willis. I thought about taking Willis. Case Keenum. That's how you see that right there is about backing up your starter. Even though that makes absolutely no sense unless he has confidence if Josh Allen gets hurt, then yeah, he'll have Case Keenum, but do I contend with 3 quarterbacks? That's the question of the day. Do I take a quarterback? You know what? For y'all, I'm taking Teddy. For y'all, I'm taking Teddy. Just in case my boy Tua gets hurt, Teddy is definitely going to be the backup there. So I'm taking Teddy. Oh shit. OBJ was gone though. Yeah, OBJ was gone. I think that's it. That's the end of the draft. That's pretty much all she wrote. So yeah, man, the best ball leagues are pretty dope. So when you look at the lineup, the things you got to consider is it's based on how they perform each week. So based on how they perform each week is based on what they get. So, you know, you don't have to worry about selecting who's starting where. It makes a decision for you. So you just draft the players and then go from there. So if Kenny Pickett week 1 ends up being the starter and he balls out of his mind and he throws for like 400 yards, he would take a slot. And if Kyler still has a decent game, he would take the super flex slot. And then the 2 best running backs will take their slots out of the 7 that I have. Even if it's Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson would take the spot. And those are the points that you take. So, you know, I think it's a war of attrition from the standpoint of controlling bye weeks and things of that sort. I think the only weakness I'm going to have on this roster is the tight end position. And that's the thing too, right? So you can't replace anybody. So let's say Gesicki and Mike Gesicki and Irv Smith both are out for the season. That means I don't have a tight end for the remainder of the tournament. So those are the type of things you got to take into account too. So, like, for example, the guy that took Case Keenum, he's like, so if Josh Allen gets hurt, he's sitting pretty because if he's out, like if Josh Allen's out for the season, Case Keenum's the quarterback and he's going to get every opportunity imaginable from that standpoint. So those are the type of things you got to take into account. So just like me taking Dearness Johnson, if Nick Chubb gets hurt, right? Let me pull it back up for you guys real quick. Hold on a second. So if Nick Chubb gets hurt, you know, Dearness Johnson is probably going to get some more love. So it might not be that big of a like. We know Hunt is going to get a lot of it, but Dearness Johnson might get some love. Or if NTN doesn't pan out and James Robinson is back, James Robinson is going to get some love. And then I still got Eckler and Cook and Zeke. So, you know, those are the things you take into account. So it gets interesting. And I can start up to 3 running back, up to 4 if the super flex holds, because it can be any position. But all right, I'm done, guys. This was fun. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't checked out Underdog Fantasy, please do so. So shout out to them. You can go to underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP. It's on the ticker below. And you can do up to 100% deposit up to $100. And like, I'm going to show you some other things too. Let's go to the lobby. So like I said before, they do baseball, they do PGA, they do NFL. When MMA starts, when UFC, so like UFC comes up, they're going to do that. When you look at the pick'ems, you can do pick'ems for the over-unders for baseball. They even got pickles for WNBA. You know what I'm saying? They got WNBA up in here. If you're in the esports, they got that for you. USFL, when they have games, they got that for you. MMA, when they have a fight, they got that for you. Racing, they got that for you as well. Hockey's done because that ended. NFL's, NBA's done. Boxing, when there's a fight coming up, they got that for you. So there's a lot of over-unders that you can do for that. So right now, like baseball's in. It's and when college sports starts, they do college basketball. I believe they do college football as well. They got other. Let me see if I can pull up the other sports. Yep, they do college football as well. So there's a lot of options when it comes to Underdog Fantasy. So like I said, man, check out Underdog Fantasy. Go to underdogfantasy.com. Use the code PNP, and then you help out the channel as well. All right. That being said, for those who did stick around, I'm thankful. And you guys can check out the show later. So, all right, guys, you guys have a good night, and hopefully Rashad will return next week. And I promise I won't do an Underdog Fantasy draft for you guys next week if that's not the case. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.